I think we're stupid. One thing to say you're copying, another thing to say you idiots sit there and watch us catch fish after fish.
Left side of the fish, flip it over.
Left side.
Ready? You're gonna have to hold the tail quite a bit to let him recover.
Disappointed by their first tournament at Falcon Lake only 2 weeks ago, Kyle and Garret are determined to do better this time around at Lac Du Bonnet. After speaking about it post-tournament, they felt they went into Falcon without a game plan and as a result, made poor decisions.
We're a couple days after our very first tournament at Falcon, and we thought a lot of people reached out to us, talked about strategy, and we really didn't have much of a strategy. We came in a little bit cold. Our next tournament is Lac Du Bonnet, Cape Copper Mine. I'm going pre-fishing at Lac Du Bonnet next week. On Wednesday, Kyle's going tomorrow. And we thought we would share with you our strategy on trying to break this lake down, even though we are still in learning phase. Pick a strategy, fish. If it doesn't work, we'll pick another strategy, and you guys are gonna see our learning process here. So this is the main lake. You can see how big it is. We've got the main lake that kind of starts here, so it ends at Seven Sisters Falls, and then we have another set of falls here at MacArthur Falls, and then that goes obviously on this side all the way up to Pine Falls. Okay, so I'll go to the next. Well, as you can see here, we've got a big deep place here in Cape Copper Mine. We've got the main lake of Lac Du Bonnet. You're going to see a bunch of structure up here in MacArthur, lots of little islands, lots of structure. I marked some fish in here. I fished Car Wash Bay, saw a ton of marks. I couldn't put anything in the boat, but in reality though, I was just checking out some community spots that a buddy of mine had recommended around this Lac Du Bonnet area because he has a cottage out there. Thank you, Tim. And I only spent maybe 15 minutes at each spot, and 15 minutes fishing, maybe 10 minutes scanning. Saw a couple of fish here and there. The most activity I saw though was Car Wash Bay, without a doubt.
Okay. During pre-fishing, Kyle and Garret discover there has been a mayfly hatch. These insects traditionally hatch in late June or early July and make fishing much more difficult. Walleye love this food source and are often not as hungry from their huge buffet meal. Research says a slower presentation and one that mimics the mayfly itself will help put fish in the boat. Kyle and Garret choose to start their tournament at a shallow area on the west side. If that doesn't work out, they'll try Car Wash Bay, then move to an area just south where they have seen some bigger fish caught. Kyle and Garret wait patiently for 7:30. At 7:30, anglers must take a GPS waypoint on their fish finder, record a video of the timestamp and GPS coordinates, and also record their empty live well to prevent cheating. Once this is achieved, they must send in the video to the KWT organizers and wait for their team-specific serial number to be returned to them. Once a team has their serial number, they are free to begin the tournament. The Joes have chosen their first spot, based on their internet research that the mayfly hatch means walleye may be fairly fussy. They have a theory that the walleye might be a bit shallower this early in the morning. Additionally, they hope that a slower presentation with lures that look like hatched fish flies might attract more bites.
It's so funny. I want these fly lures to work so bad.
Okay, so let's get into the psychology of that. Why is that? Because you found it, or because you want something that they might not have thought of?
Yeah. I don't care who found it. If you found it, I'd
No,
still...
no, I know that. My second point is what I meant.
Yeah, like I just... Because if they do work, like what a mad job. For today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, that worm just squirted me in the face. My penance for ripping him in half, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of gross.
Fish. Oh, yeah. Great species. Yep. Look which one he bit on.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Come on. I should have turned around and followed the same track right back. Fish?
Yep.
Oh. Perch.
Big perch.
Yeah, it is actually.
That might be what you're feeling.
Could be.
We need to have a plan. So those are probably perch bites, which is fine. We need to cover that area over there, and it's, what is it, like almost 10 o'clock now?
After catching several fish that are too small to qualify, Kyle and Garret try to stick to their plan. They move to Car Wash Bay to see if they can get some bigger fish into the boat.
But yeah, wherever it's called the car wash, if there's a reef in there, stay away from it. That reef is cars. You just snag on it. I didn't know it either until I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he says, yeah, he says, my son and I were out there, and my son brought in a window frame, hauled in a window frame from a car, rough old window frame. And that's why they called it the car wash. Hey, sunshine.
Not much.
I see everybody's just slaying them.
Coming to clog up the run, are you? Be careful if you're moving because we're 250 feet.
Yeah.
Kyle and Garret have a decision to make. Ryan and Steven have now caught several fish while trolling crankbaits. But they've never tried this presentation before and really don't know how it is done. What should they do?
Oh, that was a nice fish you just brought in. Yeah. Brought in another nice one. I think we're stupid. One thing to say you're copying, another thing to say you idiots sit there and watch us catch fish after fish.
A crankbait is a type of lure, normally trolled behind the boat at a certain depth. Different lures are designed to reach a specific depth, but it is fairly difficult to achieve, also depending on how far behind the boat that lure follows. The speed is also critical, depending on how aggressive the fish are that day. But the Joes have another problem. Kyle's boat is powered by a 150 horsepower motor. They performed a Google search and recommended trolling speeds are 1.5 to 3.0 miles per hour. But his big engine, even at idle, has speeds of over 4 miles per hour. Kyle's solution: to run the boat in reverse. There should be more resistance going backwards and slow them down. If it's windy, however, all of the waves will come into the boat.
It's fighting pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's your right.
The trolling seems to be a success. The Joes have caught several fish in a row, but unfortunately, no walleye.
Or not.
Smallmouth.
I already did. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're on the board, baby. Where you going?
Well, you need a hero shot.
Oh, yeah.
Left side of the fish. That's right. That's correct. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, actually, here.
Well, no, I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
According to the rules, to qualify, any walleye submitted must have a hero shot of the left side of the fish, and a photo of the left side of the fish on the bump board with the mouth closed and the tail pinched for maximum length. A video must also be submitted of the fish from the bump board, released into the water, but the fish must be recorded swimming down into the water or it will be disqualified. The directors will then use a conversion chart from length into weight and post the fish on the live Facebook leaderboard.
Okay.
Okay, release.
No, we'll put it back.
Oh, right.
Left side of the fish. Flip it over.
Left side.
Ready?
Oh, Jesus.
You're gonna have to hold the tail quite a bit to let him recover. Okay.
Okay. Oh. Ouch.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Woo! Nice fat 18.
All right, end of day one. We're just off the water, and we're gonna go to Subway restaurants for a post-game meal.
Woohoo!
After enjoying dinner from their meal sponsor Subway restaurants, it's time to get back to work. Kyle and Garret have a new plan for day 2. They spoke to a local, who said he saw about 15 boats in a popular community spot just north of the mouth of the big lake. They decide to go north, to MacArthur Falls, but are going to try trolling crankbaits in the community spot for 2 hours, which is on the way to the falls. Because the Joes have had trouble sticking to their plans, they decide to write the plan down on a piece of paper, in hopes they will follow it. They also thought they would have time to relax this evening, but they started re-rigging rods, making plans for the next day and recharging batteries for the cameras, and before they knew it, it was already midnight. They'll try to get 4 hours sleep and then up for the grind once again. After 2 hours of trolling at the spot, the Joes are ready to move up north to MacArthur Falls. But they are also wondering, given the wind conditions and the fact Twisted Tiller caught their fish around the same time frame the day before, whether they should try again at the car wash. They decide to move slightly south again and give that area one more try.
Don't eat like that. I am the pike guy. At Falcon, I caught 23 pike in 3 hours. Garrett was accusing me of showing up for the wrong tournament. Okay. Well then, I guess don't worry about that lure. All right, boys and girls. Try the next spot.
Kyle and Garrett feel they need to try MacArthur Falls, otherwise they might have regrets and wonder, what if, for the rest of the tournament. If this pays off and the fish are up there, it would make a huge difference. Once you find the fish, it doesn't take long to make progress in the standings. Now that they are in the middle of the day, the sun has come out, there is next to no wind, and Kyle and Garrett are worried that a crankbait, which is a faster presentation, won't bring any fish into the boat. A crankbait triggers a more aggressive response, but in theory, in hot conditions, the walleye get fussier and often a slower presentation, such as a bottom bouncer yields better results. A bottom bouncer is a piece of wire with a weight molded into the end of it, which is designed to not snag into the rocks. You then tie a worm harness or a spinner rig at the end, troll at slower speeds, and many anglers swear by this very popular presentation. The Joes spend some time rigging up some bottom bouncers and try their luck along a shoreline with a deep drop-off.
You want 20 feet, right?
With only 90 minutes left in the tournament, the trolling motor stops working again and the Joes have to resort to the manual anchor. The wind has also come up significantly, making it very difficult to fish without a trolling motor. After a quick discussion, Kyle and Garrett decide to go all of the way back to the car wash and try trolling crankbaits again. The current windy conditions are similar to the previous day, where they saw Twisted Tiller putting on a clinic, catching walleye after walleye on crankbaits. This is their last chance to get a fish into the boat. Despite many trolling runs, pass after pass, there are no results for the Joes, but they keep seeing Twisted Tiller reeling in fish. What are they doing wrong? Clearly Ryan and Steven are making a big push 15 minutes before the tournament is over.
Look at that. He just won the tournament. Oh, look at him. He's rolling around on his back. He just literally... That's got to be like a 30-inch fish.
Despite giving it their maximum effort right until the closing bell, Kyle and Garrett never ended up catching another fish. Well, at least not one that counted.
4 o'clock, one fish. If only it had stayed cloudy, I think that would have made the difference for us. Oh, you do have a fish. Okay, let me see. I've got my camera on. Let me see the hero shot. Is it a walleye? It's a saw guy.
You gotta send it in.
Here are some post-tournament final thoughts from Kyle and Garrett.
It was tough, but it was also tough for a lot of other people.
We came in second last. Again. Can't say we're not consistent. But it felt different.
But I have to say, not as dejected as we were at Falcon. Definitely not. I'm feeling actually really, really good.
Falcon Lake, you know, we had some points we got flustered. And we had a game plan. Didn't follow it. You know, ran around trying to figure out what to do, where to go on the lake. Kept second guessing ourselves because, you know, where is everyone else? What are they doing? Should we be doing what they're doing?
Just came in from the parking lot. A lot of other tournament guys are around talking, and I have to say, I learned more in that half an hour standing around listening to people talking than I have in 10 years of fishing on the weekends, being just an ordinary Joe. So I'm super excited about what I learned. I'm super excited to try to apply some of these new techniques. And I think there were some wins. Kyle and I, you know, we We learned how to come up with a game plan. We had the discipline to stick to it. We didn't panic, and we had the guts to try, you know, trolling for crankbaits when, you know, we really didn't know what we were doing, and we managed to bring a fish in because of it.
I think one of the coolest things was, for me anyways, was the boating community is a great community. Anybody that goes out in a boat knows that. You really never worry. If you're going to break down somewhere, as long as another boat is within eyesight and you wave at them, people come and people help. It's a wonderful community. But to come in after a tournament, our second tournament, and here's all these guys with all this experience. There was guys coming over giving us all sorts of advice, telling us how many fish they caught in a certain area, what they used to catch it, and what they did to figure out what they were biting on so that they could use that to catch it. Like, these guys are amazing. Like, they're helping us take our learning curve at a much steeper angle than we ever would on our own. And so, you know, we're hoping that we're going to learn from this and be able to transition some of these skills from lake to lake and get better at breaking down a lake and figuring out you know, how to fish it.
Can't wait till the next tournament. It's going to be KWT Lake Winnipeg. That's another 2-day tournament, and we'll see what happens. But with every tournament that comes, we're just starting to get into our groove, starting to figure what we need to do, and I have no doubt that we're going to do better and better next time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.